Bring it back.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Ostriv. I'm Ep12, and today we're going to be trying to sort out our trading once and for all to get some money back in. So let's start the game going. If you remember last time, we are midway through our harvest, first things first. Annoyingly, all our labourers are collecting the sort of cut hemp off the field rather than harvesting the rest of the fields like I wanted them to, but there's nothing I can do for now. Hopefully these labourers are all going to move to the next farm and get things moving a little bit quicker sooner or later, otherwise we're going to lose all our sunflowers. I don't know how long I have, which month I hit before stuff stops working. I don't know, but we'll just have to see. Hopefully this family is going to have enough stuff to keep them going, enough food to keep them alive. Both being labourers, you'd think they'll be now earning a reasonable wage, hopefully. But it depends how much they're having to spend on food and things like that. Have these labourers got everything in yet? God's sake. Right. All those labourers are now moving off. But which farm have they been assigned to? Neither. Brilliant. Okay, they're all coming to this farm. Okay, the sunflower harvest has started. That's good. We want to try and get as much of that in as possible because we need that to make the sunflower oil, which we now have 30 of. We're basically out of a little bit of sunflower oil there, but we're still basically out of money and stuff there. Have a little bit of flour. Okay. They've nearly got the potatoes in on this field, I think. Because they haven't grown very well, it's kind of hard to tell the difference between what's grass and what's potato. But I think it's just that last strip there, potatoes, and then they've just got 3 whole more fields to go. These people are doing the rest of the sunflowers, and then they've got all the hemp to do as well. Just before we get the potatoes all in, let's have a look how much potatoes. 22.6. We've actually used a fair amount of potatoes over the year, since last harvest. So I mean that increased population is sort of adding up quite a demand to it. So that's worth thinking about for the future years. We spent quite a lot on salary this year, a lot more than last year, as our income hasn't really risen to match it. Okay, well we definitely need to sell some sunflower oil when we get the opportunity. I've got newborn cows and bulls. Let's slaughter it. Did anyone work at the slaughterhouse? No. Brilliant. Let's open a vacancy at the slaughterhouse when some of the labourers are finished. They've got a few more labourers over here now, which is good as well. Starting to harvest in a bit quicker. And then we can move someone and get one of those bulls slaughtered, which are assigned to be killed. There we go. Hides and beef. I think that's basically him done. His family is yet again out of food and has no money. Let's cancel his job at the slaughterhouse since it was just a temporary thing. Of course, they now get milk as well from the cows. I hadn't considered that. That's something else I guess we can add to one of the market stalls. It's got a spare slot. Milk. Add that to one of these as well. Something else that can be sold on the stalls. All the sunflowers are nearly in now. Still got quite a few potatoes to harvest. I don't know when it runs out the harvest, if it's November or December. If it's December I should be okay, everything should be able to get in by then. If it's November we could have a problem. So let's just wait and see. Nothing I can do until that's done. I really want one of the people to visit from Merthyr to give me some more money. Since they're not going to, and since we're waiting, I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to send a messenger to Merthyr. So it's going to leave me with 40, which is not a lot, I grant you. So the messenger's got to get to Merthyr, initiate trade. I've then got to sell them 35 sunflower oil, 34 sunflower oil, sorry. And then that's got to reach them before I run out of money, which could be interesting. This is all going to be a bit touch and go. Hopefully we'll do it, and then we can sell them all that, and that'll be like 350. I think they're 10 each. or 340 gold, which will cover the cost of the messenger. 35 sunflower oil. Smashing. Okay, let's wait and see. Down to 30 gold now. Messenger still has got a fair way to go. Shame we haven't got a port and we can't just sail across the gap. Would make life a bit easier, wouldn't it? So the sunflower harvest is all harvested. Most of the potatoes are now harvested. It should be done by the end of November. I certainly can't build any more farms at the moment. I think I've got a bit carried away with the old farm building, and that's what sort of caused these problems, because I'm not got sufficient labourers to actually man all the farms that I've built, sort of thing. Come on, messenger, hurry up! They're now getting all the sunflowers in. We're still harvesting the potatoes. One more field to go. It's got to all be in before the snows hit. So come on, people. How many sunflowers are they harvested? Fair few. That'll keep them going for a while. There's absolutely loads of hemp. Messenger arrived at Merthyr. Okay, so we're going to sell them sunflower oil. 20 is the maximum I can sell them, I think. Oh, I can then sell them in a separate deal another 10. So that should be 300. The question is what I don't know is, oh, they have to send a cart to pick it up. Oh wow. Okay, we are not going to do this before we run out of money. Should have done this earlier. I think I waited too long. Well, let's see what happens. Let's just hope we can hang on. Yeah. Oh, they sent both carts. Ah, wow. It's going to be a long time before they can pick that up, unless they pay me when they actually collect it, which is possible, but I doubt it. I'm not sure what happens when you run out of money. Does that mean I'm not going to be able to pay anyone? Or can I take out a loan? Or here we go. Okay, we're now just negative, I guess. I'm not sure what that means. So we're still paying everyone. I don't know if there just comes a time when it's going to stop me because I've got too little money, maybe. I don't know. Right, that's all the potato fields harvested, so now I've just got to get all the potatoes in before the time runs out. So how many potatoes have we got? 31. Yeah, we've got plenty. All the sunflowers and everything are in, so all the labourers are now working on the potato fields. But the month's almost over. I wonder I don't think we're going to get all these potatoes in, which I think means we're going to lose them. Let's just hang on and see. And then we hit. No, they seem to still be collectible. Okay, that's good to know. So once you, yeah. So once you've hit the words, once you've got all the harvested in, you're then okay. So you just need to get it in. That's all you need to do. Don't worry so much. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we did potatoes. I think next year we're going to do wheat in these fields. Wheat. And wheat. Yeah, okay, so we've got all the potatoes in. That's good. Hopefully here comes the people to collect their wares, hopefully. Across the snowy terrain. Given that we're... Oh, our city isn't quite on the coast. I thought we were on the coast then. Thinking, where's the sea? We've only got a river. But we're not. Okay, so that gave us a bit of money. Oh, I don't know if they just export it very slowly. I fear it may look like. Oh, there's a messenger from Bablica is visiting. How many potatoes have we got? 48, so we can sell them. Oops. Say 10 potatoes. Yes, for another 80. Yes, we're slowly exporting our sunflower oil stock, which has given us a little bit more money, which is good, but it's not going to last us all that long, so we still need to keep up the sunflower oil production, although more is now being exported. And the citizens from Publica are arriving, so we can continue to sell them potatoes as well. There we go, our financial situation is improving slightly, which is good news, and we've got a sunflower harvesting, so we can continue to make that. So the other thing we need to do is we'll leave the leather to build up a little bit longer. Should be some hides in there. Yeah. We want the weaver's shop to make some textiles. In case no, there's none built yet. Okay, well, signed a worker to the textile woman to work there. Hopefully she can start to produce some textiles from the hemp that we have available. Someone's come to collect some potatoes, although those potatoes are actually stored in here, so maybe that could be an issue. Maybe we should be storing like 15 potatoes in the export shop to actually do the trade. I'm starting to wear a little road here. Look. Cool little road thing. So that could be something to bear in mind. I might not have thought of that. Also, these fields, how are these looking? What are these going to have to be next year? What's going to draw the least? So certainly not sunflowers. So are they going to be wheat or potatoes? 50, 60, 40, 30. So we're going to have potatoes on all these fields. We should maybe leave one fallow, that one, since that's the most worn. Then over here, these are just all had it, so these are definitely going to be fallow. They certainly can't really support another sunflower crop, can they? So I think we're going to have to leave all them fallow, to be honest. I probably shouldn't have used one for hemp, that may have been an error. But there we go. At least we have a little bit more money now. We'll just have to wait for another messenger to arrive before we can start to export everything again. But things seem to be going right well there. At least we've got some money back, which is always good. So now we've done that, we can look at doing what I was going to be doing originally, which was building not a granary. No, another cowshed. Let's place. Where's it going to go? Oh, we can place it around here somewhere. Place a cowshed there. That means we're also going to need another water well, because cowsheds always need water wells. And we should probably build another hay barrack or two. At the end of it, and that means we should probably build another hay dryer or two. There as well, since I've not been checking on hay resources really. So 10 and 9.10. So they're not really used that much hay, considering really that now in winter you'd expect them to be drawing more hay from there. Well, they are carrying a reasonable amount there. So once that shed's built, we'll move, you know, like 2 cows and 2 bulls there or something, and hopefully they'll start breeding. We can increase our cow supply. What else have we got to do? And then after that, really, it's just a case of building up the number of villages we have. That market store, yeah, still in good supply. These people are still poor. Will they? No, they have no food. As soon as they buy any flour, they're going to be really poor again. The granary has a very minor amount of stuff stored there. I'm not really quite sure, particularly on the point of the building. It doesn't seem to really do a great deal. Should we build like... Oh, no, it's a tiny tree. I'll have pine tree, birch tree, ash tree. We'll build an ash tree in the heart of our village. See how much this grows over time. See if it becomes a mighty ash. What else have we got going on? Our haybacks, but obviously they're out of season. We've still got our well to build, and our construction of our cowshed is well in progress. They're putting up all the timber supports, but now they need more resources, so they're going to have. Our well is filling up. We're going to have to use some labourers to go and collect the supplies that are needed. There are plenty of women looking for jobs, but there's enough open vacancies for the men at the moment. And all these fields are going to be wheat next year. All them are fallow. And all these are potatoes. Which is a bit of a pain because that means we're not going to have any sunflowers next year. So we're going to have to think about that from a financial perspective. Particularly now, sort of our sunflower oil. Oh, we've still got a fair amount of sunflower oil then. See, the sunflower oil is 5 there. I think the worker is a little bit focused on picking up potatoes, which is possibly his problem. When I would rather he prioritised gathering sunflower oil so that the shop can continue production. You can probably be fired since you're basically doing nothing. So it is the case of continuing to grow, continuing to try and get our sunflower crops up and running to get our financial situation back up and going. That family now has no food and no money, and they're all unemployed. And that family is now out of money as well. Wow. Starting to become a real problem is the financial situation. I think it's just because there's regularly a lot of people who are unemployed or don't have permanent jobs, and that's causing some issues. I'm not sure what the solution to that is necessarily, but hopefully if we can start selling enough things, then we can possibly get enough to keep increasing the wages. But the problem is then you end up with some people who are only going to be really rich and some people have got no money at all. So like the smithy has now got loads of money, as has this poor carpenter. So let's now knock him back to 110. And we'll knock you, no, oh it's the thatchery, sorry. Knock this back to 110 as well. Try and knock the wages down a little bit there, so that might free up a little bit more money which we can then spend elsewhere. But the problem is I just don't have sufficient money at the moment to sell anything. And I need people really to visit me, since the cost of sending messages is just too great at the moment. Well, hopefully that'll do for this episode. I hope you've sort of seen a little bit more how the trade probably works. I've learned a little bit as well with regard to the trade. So particularly when you're selling everything, you've got to have the stuff in the way trading posts need. And having a manager means that people do visit you, which is nice, and certainly saves you the messenger cost, which is good. Although it does seem we only just seem to get visited by Bablika, when it would be nice to get visited by Murpha and Dahachi maybe every now and then as well, because they're the particularly expensive ones to visit. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys. If you have, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more Ostriv content. Thanks, guys. I shall see you on the next one.